Hey, what's up guys? As you can tell from the title of the video, I'm going to be doing a story time video. I'm sorry that I can never get this stupid camera right. I'm having some serious issues. Every time I put it sideways, it doesn't want to stay. I have to prop it up against stuff because, as I've previously mentioned, if anybody's watched any of my other videos, I'm doing it from my iPad. Oh, it's a real disaster. I used to have a webcam that I used to film from, and it was way better because then it wouldn't be sideways and whatever. But my computer is a piece of crap, so I need a new computer. Anyways, so this is just gonna have to do for now. I'm sorry, I never do videos anyways, so you know, you just gotta deal with it. I'm gonna just preface this right now by saying, if you are not interested in watching a long video, you can just click out of here, because I know a lot of people are kind of like, ugh, if you would have made this video like 10 minutes shorter, then it would have been so much better. Well, bye Felicia. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding, but everybody's always got something to say. If it's going to be negative, I'm clearly going to delete it, so I just wanted to tell my story because I think it's kind of a fun story. I did have a few past relationships that weren't so happy, so I just wanted to tell everybody how I found love on YouTube. It's kind of half YouTube, half, I don't even want to say the words. Oh my god, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, Tinder. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge my boyfriend. Just hang on a second. Just let me tell you what. Okay. So, it's going to be a long story, so just grab some food, get ready to chill. We gonna hang out for a little bit. So, I don't even know how to start this story. I guess I'll just start off by saying a few years ago, so I've been single for a really long time. My last serious boyfriend, he cheated on me, but whatever, maybe that's another story time video, was in, oh gosh, I don't even know, 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago now. Yeah, I was 25. I don't want you to even say anything right now about this age, but anyways, so it had been a long time, and I obviously had had really bad experiences dating douchebags and whatnot. And no, I didn't only go for looks. That makes me so mad when people say, oh, whatever, you know, she probably got screwed over by this guy because he's obviously a douchebag and she should have known better and she obviously only goes for looks. Why? Why do I obviously only go for looks? I don't know why people say that. Y'all don't know me. If you did, you would know that being funny is actually one of the hugest things that I go for. I do find my boyfriend really attractive, but who cares? Like, isn't that a big thing? You obviously, but who I find attractive is not going to be attractive to some other people. Like, what the heck? Not everyone's going to find me attractive, but he does, so that's all that matters. Anywho, so anyways, totally lost my train of thought here. So, okay, one day, my friend Justin, I'm gonna just say his name, who cares, I didn't say his last name, posted a video on Facebook, and he added a link, and it was a YouTube video. So obviously I'm like, who the heck is this person? So I watch this YouTube video. It's some guy making a smoothie, and I'm like, aw, he's so cute. And it wasn't like I was like, oh my god, this guy is like the world. Yeah, I do think he is like really good looking, but he looked like a little kid cute, you know, when you're just like, aw, he's so cute. So anyways, I commented on the video, I'm like, do you know this person? And he's like, yeah, I do. And he's like, stay away, blah, blah. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, he was joking around and he said that, but nothing ever happened. So I'm like, all right, maybe he has a girlfriend. That's cool. So I knew that he was from the same city as me. It was just some random YouTube video. And then nothing really got mentioned after that. And then I used to go work out at the Y, and I remember I'd seen him a couple times. I'm still friends with him. I have a really good friend who used to train me, and obviously he hasn't trained me in a long time, you know what I'm saying? But, excuse me. So, we used to go work out at the Y for like 2 hours a day, like we were ridiculous. But yeah, so I remember I'd seen him a couple times, and I'm like, I think that's that guy. But I mean, I don't want to go talk to people at the gym, only because I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I'm just shy, and it's not really my jam. So I didn't. I think somebody's calling me. It's probably my mom. She's like, you never answer your phone. This is why. So anyways, so nothing ever happened. I remember mentioning, I think I'd probably mentioned to Justin, like, oh, I think I saw your friend. Maybe I didn't, who knows. But anyways, yeah, I'd see him a couple times, but I always got worried. This is going to sound mean, but I always got worried because my friend would train me all the time. So I'm like, people totally think that we're dating, and like, that was not going on at all. He's like 10 years older than me, which there's nothing wrong with. That's fine. But I never looked at it that way, and he didn't either. Like, it was totally, we were just friends, and that was it. So my boyfriend's like, you're so mean, as if you said that to him. Like, go away. I don't want people to think we're dating. I'm like, no, I wasn't harsh like that. And we were close enough where I could say that, and he would just know that I was joking around. But anyway, so I really say anyway a lot. Sorry. So him and I never spoke, which is cool because you know what? I actually appreciate that he never talked to me, because I feel like if he did come up to me at the gym, there wouldn't have been anything wrong with it, but I might have assumed that he did that to every girl at the gym, you know? You never know. It's hard to meet people nowadays because you don't trust anyone, because everybody's just looking to hook up and whatever. Anyway, years passed. This was 3 or 4 years ago already. So then I stopped seeing him, didn't really think anything of it. All of a sudden, my friend Justin, okay, this is a year and a half ago now, beginning of February or end of January 2000 and, it's a good thing I could do math, 14? Yeah, 2014, because we started dating 2015. No, oh my god, 2015, I'm the worst, sorry, timelines are getting confusing. So, because it was January. So yeah, just January 2015, my friend Justin posts a picture on Facebook, and I didn't even realize that this was the same guy that he posted a video of. Like, clearly they have a man crush on each other, whatever. Yeah, so he posted a picture, and I guess they were at some strip club. Okay, this is gonna sound really bad. He doesn't frequent strip clubs, alright? Just so you know. I don't need anybody telling me, oh, he goes to strip club, and he met him on Tinder, and blah, blah, blah. No, hang on. Let me just explain this. So, I mentioned something to Justin, like, oh, does your mom know where you were last night? And he, because all you could see was the sign of the strip club, and I'm like, you're sick. And then he was like, no, my mom doesn't know, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, then my boyfriend liked my comment. So he wasn't my boyfriend at the time, but he liked my comment, and I'm like, oh. I'm like, who is this person? And then I click on his profile on Facebook, and I'm like, get out of town. That's that same guy from that smoothie YouTube video. I'm like, alright. So I'm like, okay, cool. Didn't really look into it much more than that. I'm like, oh, I didn't even recognize him, because then he had a full-on beard, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, he looks so different. Anyways, so the next day, I just needed to get out. I don't really go to the bar much, especially now, like never. But my friend was like, yeah, you know what, let's go out. We never go to the bar, whatever. So I went with one of my guy friends, and we were just having a drink, and we ended up walking down the stairs. We were ready to go. We were like, hey, this sucks. We're bored. I ended up seeing my ex-boyfriend there, and I'm like, let's get out of here. Like, I had enough. My ex-boyfriend and his ex-girlfriend were there, and I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that. So, like, let's go. So we're walking down the stairs, and I see Chris. My boyfriend's name is Chris. And I'm like, the heck? I'm like, is that not the same guy? So it didn't really process at the time. I'm like, oh, he's cute, whatever. Okay, I know I'm putting a lot of emphasis on he's cute, but that's not why I liked him. If he had a crappy personality, there would be no us, okay? So, number one, he's funny. Number two, awesome personality. Number three, I mean, he's grumpy sometimes, but so am I, so whatever. Number three, he's good looking. But when you first meet a person, all you could base it on is looks, right? That's it. Obviously, when you get to know somebody, even if you don't find them attractive, you could start liking them. This is what I'm saying. Just don't judge me. So, we're walking down the stairs. I see him. I'm like, you know, why can't I just find a boyfriend? Like, he is totally somebody I would be interested in. But I didn't know him yet, so I'm like, he's probably a douchebag. Whatever, let's keep going. So we walk down the stairs. He's looking at me, and I look at him, and I'm like, hang on. It is the guy. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I just commented on a photo that he was in, and now he's here. I'm like, this is weird. Because I had never, like, talked to him, really been face to face, because even at the gym, I never knew for sure if it was him. And then, yeah. So, whatever, we ended up leaving. We had somewhere to go. We left. It's cool. And then, so the next day, it was, I remember this is like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that was Saturday. Sunday, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get rid of Tinder. I'm going to go on it one last time. And I think it's so different now. I don't even know what it's all about. I heard there's like Bumble and all these like, I don't know. I don't know any dating sites anymore, thank God. Not that there's anything wrong with them, because clearly it works. So, for some people. Some just want to hook up. I ain't down with that. So, I go on Tinder one last time. P.S. My profile said, I'm not looking to hook up. I like going to church, blah, blah, blah. People might not have taken me seriously, but I was dead serious. I'm like, if you're not looking to date, get the hell out of here. So, I went on Tinder one last time. I'm like going through it, like whatever, this is stupid. I don't even know why I'm on here. And then I see his picture and I'm like, okay, what the hell are the chances of this? I'm like, this is the third day in a row that like this guy has come up. And I'm like, the heck? So whatever, I like it. And it's like, oh, you have a match. And I'm like, oh, okay. But this is where it's stupid. I don't like being the first one to message a person. And neither does he. So I'm like, okay, should I say something? I don't know, this is weird. But then I'm like, screw it, why not? Like, we could just say, hey, how's it going, if nothing else. Like, I knew he was friends with Justin, so I'm like, hey, you Justin's friend? And he's like, yeah, how's it going? And I'm like, oh, good, how are you? So then we end up talking. This was the next day that he answered back. It's like trying to play hard to get. Relax. Like, come on. So then we ended up having like a day-long conversation. We were talking all day long. It was awesome. He wasn't working yet because he had just gotten back from England. He's actually a teacher and he was teaching in England. So that's why I'm going to keep him pretty private. Yeah, that's it. All you can know is his name. Just because there's like, students looking him up and whatever. So, yeah, he had just gotten back, and I talked to him about this. I'm like, so, like, what were you doing on Tinder anyways? And he's like, honestly, like, I just wanted to get to know people. Like, I was lonely. I had nothing going on. Um, Whatever. He wanted female company. That's fine. He probably was looking to hook up with somebody, but he picked the wrong girl because it took a long time. So, anyways, we were talking, super awesome conversation, talking for so long, and then he's like, okay, well, I gotta go. He had moved back in with his parents because he just got back. He didn't have a place to live or anything. So he's like, okay, well, I have to go. I'm just gonna make dinner for my parents, and already I was like, that's sweet. And then he's like, maybe or maybe we'll cross paths sometime. Okay, what? I'm like, so he doesn't want to keep in contact. Like, we just had this, like, amazing conversation, like, bam, 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 like, hey, how's it going? Good, how are you? Like, awesome combo. We didn't even have to try. And then he's like, maybe we'll cross paths? No, bye. Just, okay, and the only reason I was upset with that, I mean, we didn't know each other. I didn't know him. He could have been a total douche for all I know. And yeah, I don't know. It's just like when you have such a good connection and then the person's like, all right, well, see you later. Sometime. Maybe never. And you're like, what? You're just letting it go? You don't want to just explore and see what happens? So then I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm done with Tinder. Bye. Cut it off completely. Deleted everything. I'm like, I'm not going to chase anybody. Been there, done that. Don't want to do it anymore. I'm over it. So then the next day, excuse me, I think it was like one whole day. I didn't, hear anything. I have hiccups. And then all of a sudden I get a message on Facebook and he's like, hey, I don't know what happened. Like, Tinder must have deleted you from my messages. Like, I didn't delete you, just so you know. Here's my phone number. Why are you giving me your phone number? Why don't you ask for my phone number? So I was like, obviously I was happy that he contacted me. And I was like, oh, okay, he went out of his way to talk to me. So that's good. And then, so I texted him. I didn't call him. I'm not a crazy. So I texted him, I'm like, hey, what's up? Yeah, sorry, I deleted Tinder, blah, blah. And then full on, from there on out, 2-week texting conversations, but like day till night. Like every day, all day, until we went to bed. We'd go to bed at like 2 in the morning, and he's like, I feel bad, you work, because he wasn't working yet, because he had just gotten back. And then finally, I was like, what is taking this person so long? Why is he taking forever to ask me out? And it was because he didn't have a car yet, because he just moved back and he wanted to buy a car. He didn't want me to have to drive on our first date. So our first date was actually Valentine's Day, and part of me was like, does he know that Saturday is Valentine's Day, or is he just like, hey, let's go out on Saturday? And then I was like, whatever, I don't care, I'm not going to say anything. And my friends were like, I'm pretty sure he knows. Like, what do you mean? How does he not know? There's Valentine's Day shit all over the place. And then I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess, but whatever. Then I'm like, it's going to be really hard for us to get a reservation, like, anywhere that day. But he's like, oh, I know it's kind of cliche that it's on Valentine's Day, but, I want to take you out on a proper date. And when he said that, I was like, yes. Because, like, so many guys I had met before that are like, yeah, you want to just go for a drink, or do you want to come over, like, Netflix and chill? And I'm like, do I look like a skanko to you? Don't answer that, because maybe people think I do, but I'm not. And I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm not gonna go to some guy's house for the first time and just be like, yeah, it's all good. Like, I'm just gonna come to your house by myself, just nice little girl all alone. No, like, let's go out in the open. And sometimes it's like, why do you even let a guy pick you up. Like, I think you should just, like, you're better off to just meet people there because there are a lot of crazies these days. But he did pick us up for our first date. He actually lives in the same area that I live in, like 5 minutes away. So that was crazy that we didn't know each other. He is a year younger, but I mean, whatever. So yeah, he ended up picking me up for our first date, and he brought me like it was like a little mini takeout container, and it had like strawberries dipped in white chocolate, and I was like, come on. And he opened the door for me, and he still opens the door for me sometimes too. So, you know, chivalry is not dead. And girls, you deserve a lot, so don't settle, alright? But yeah, so that was our first date. He ended up taking me mini golfing. We went and played laser tag. Neither of us were hungry. We went to go eat dinner, but neither of us were hungry because we were both nervous. So we didn't eat anything. We just had like one drink and that was it. Then we went to go golfing, laser tag, and then then we went to go play pool. We played darts. Like, I kicked his ass at all of them. Just saying. Anyways, maybe he let me win. But I don't think he did. I think I'm just better. Anywho, so then after that, we ended up going out for food at like 2 in the morning because we were starving. Our date lasted like 7 hours. And then he ended up dropping me off, and he just gave me a hug, and he gave me, I don't even think he gave me a kiss on the cheek. He just gave me a hug, and I was like, oh. Usually I don't kiss on the first date, but for some reason I was like feeling it. Like, we had been talking for 2 weeks, and I was like, give me a kiss. No, nothing. Like, that was really nice. I actually appreciated that he didn't. And then, yeah. Okay, I'll tell you the rest of the story. It kind of makes me sound bad, but I don't really care. I don't care. So he ended up, I texted him and I'm like, you know, I would have let you give me a kiss on the cheek or something. And then he's like, oh, what? Turns the car around, comes back here. It was already 2:30 or something at this point. So he comes in. And then I showed him my place, and I'm like, oh yeah. We ended up talking for like 3 or 4 more hours. By the time we were done our date, it was like 6 in the morning. And no, nothing like that went down, I tell you. We just kissed. And then he left. And that was it, and that's how I met my boyfriend. And we've been dating for almost 2 years. And yeah, now he lives with me. And that's it. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of a different story. It's a little bit weird. And it's really good. And I'm happy. So, girls, don't give up. Because you never know where you can find love. I wouldn't suggest Tinder. Maybe go on like a eHarmony type thing. Like where they pay for it. So you know they're serious about it. But, yeah. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this story. I'll try to give you guys something juicy next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.